All right, how are we? Chad here. In this video, I'm going to talk about how I escaped unfulfilling work without having a business yet. Okay? So this video is going to act as a practical bridge out of your 9 to 5 or out of the unfulfilling job or career path that you're on maybe right now, without having to rush something, rush starting your business or rush making something work that can supplement your income, okay? This was the place that I was really in. Let me take a sip of this water. Okay, I know what it's like to have a burning desire to want to do what you love for a living, okay? I know what that's like. And so many people, we see so many people like are online who are writing about creative things and making a heck of a lot of money doing it, right? Following their passions and their callings and doing what's authentic to them, pursuing their curiosities, making money online and living these awesome creative lives that they're not kind of selling their soul for some kind of corporation route or just selling their dreams out to work for someone else's dreams, right? That's the essence of like the problem that a lot of people are stuck in, and that everyone has the desire to transition to that, okay? People that are operating outside of the quote-unquote rat race, you could call it, okay? And basically, when I say rat race, I mean it basically represents the endless, kind of often fruitless pursuit of money, status, power, and leaves little time or energy for your actual passions, hobbies, dreams, or things that give you true fulfillment and spending time with family and doing these things, okay? Okay. And then there was me. There was me dreaming that this could ever be a reality for me, okay? And this is what I'm going to get into my story and how I got out of this and how you can too in a more practical way without selling out your dreams and being able to still give yourself time and space to pursue your calling and passions, okay? And try things, because a lot of people don't really know or have that certainty yet what to do. And that's fine. And that's honestly exactly who I'm making this video for, okay? If you don't know exactly what to do yet, you have these interests, but you need something practical because your energy is getting sucked out in whatever work you're doing or career path you're on. Okay, so I'm giving you the steps here and how I did this, okay? The thing is, I thought that everything was black and white. I fell into the trap of thinking that I needed to go all in on one thing to see results or make something work. This is where it caused me to rush things, put myself into a box, niche down too soon, lose sight of my authentic interests, and honestly fail, right? And so this mindset caused me to become drawn to these short-term money grabs, these short-term quick ways to make money online. Like I tried all these things like was trying and getting into these things and switching places like drop shipping, e-com, clothing brand, Etsy store, digital wall art store, selling beats online, freelance copywriting. Like I was jumping from thing to thing just because I had this urgency that I was like, I just need income. I don't care how I do it, but I need to get out of my unfulfilling work and I need to get out of this path so I can be on the road to being at least making progress toward being independent and operating something of my own, okay? I couldn't stand the idea of just working a job forever that I didn't feel aligned with. So I wanted to get out, and I wanted to get out quick, okay? I was stuck, and I was at a point where I almost wanted to give up here. But something clicked, and this was just earlier back in, right after like the pandemic hit. Like I was like 21, 22 when this really was at its peak, and then something clicked here. Okay, the missing piece that I found was aligned apprenticeship. I'm going to get into what that is, but it's aligned apprenticeship, okay? What is it? Well, it's a practical strategy, and it's a bridge that would allow me to escape my current unaligned 9 to 5 job or whatever unfulfilling work I was in. And after finding out about it, ended up quitting my office job actually in just a matter of weeks. I think it was literally about 3 weeks that I just understood this type of strategy and way to do things that, by the way, everybody watching this has the opportunity to do and has the skill set to do. But it was just a matter of weeks. And I didn't even have income rolling in consistently from any of the businesses that I was trying to operate yet, right? I didn't fully supplement my income. And the reason those things failed, by the way, is because I wasn't passionate about any of them. So I learned this lesson hard, that another talk for another video, that I failed at all these different things and jumped around because I was just trying to make money. And I lost sight of what I actually cared about, which is where I would have the most energy and excitement to actually pursue for the long term. And people who stick things out for the long term are the ones who are successful. And so it only makes sense, and only made sense at that point, to not sell out for something that wasn't what I'm passionate about, and that what I'm passionate about is actually my most competitive advantage, because I wake up excited and energetic every day to do it. And so that's what I need to pursue. And hey, if it takes longer, that's fine. It's the long-term game, okay? And this is why things like aligned apprenticeship, which I'm getting into, where you can become an apprentice that supports that long-term vision you have, that accelerates it even, is going to be the best way to immediately start cutting off that unfulfilling type of job that's taking your energy away from what you actually want to go, where you actually want to go, and switching to where your energy is now flowing in that direction where you do want to go. Okay, so all of a sudden, after doing this, I had remote freedom to travel and earn a decent income, and to actually learn a real useful skill that accelerates my actual authentic path and deepen my knowledge and expertise in the area of my interest as my new job, okay? Might be a lot to comprehend, and there's maybe some limiting beliefs around that, and I'm going to get into all this. I've also helped many people do this in just a matter of weeks themselves too, okay? So if you're someone who's looking for guidance and wants to help get clarity and practical action steps on aligning their life to support and accelerate their actual vision and find out where they need to go, you can book a call with me, actually one-to-one, if you're interested in that. There's a link in the description. It should be the first one, if that's something you feel called to do. Okay, but I had more freedom and flexibility to work on my true dream without selling out for any short-term money grab. Okay, it was finally a breath of fresh air to actually be on the right path. Okay, and then mind blown that like everyone's telling me to be realistic and just do these things, the small pool of things that society tells us we can do for a career to have safety and fun and fulfillment. And it was all wrong for me, right? Not everything's cookie cutter, okay? It was a breath of fresh air and a paradigm shift to realize, okay, there's a whole world out there. There's a bunch of things that I can do, and there's a bunch of interests and curiosities that I have and I'm developing still. And so I can align myself in somewhere where I'm passionate about it. There's no reason I can't, okay? So if you've ever felt like you just need something to work, if you need to just escape the painful job that you're in, if you're trying everything to try and supplement your income so that you can quit and nothing's working, if you've ever wondered whether there's a path that you can take that doesn't cause you to have to put your actual passions on hold, but give you time and space and support to work on them, this is the greatest discovery that I've found. So without further ado, let's break down what aligned apprenticeship is. We'll start by understanding why getting another job isn't a bad thing if it's the right one, aka aligned to your path, hence aligned apprenticeship, and why it can actually accelerate the dream that you're building. And then I'll give you practical steps in this video on how to actually make the transition and become initiated into aligned apprenticeship. Okay, so we have a lot to talk about here, so I hope you're here for the ride. If this doesn't vibe with you, feel free to click off now. If you're someone who is really interested in downloading a new perspective that may be that one key that will take them out of the situation they're in, even if it just puts it in their awareness, it'll help plant that seed and help things start to marinate in your brain that there is other possibilities out there, and help eliminate these limiting beliefs that it may birth into a nice tree down the line for you if you download these nuggets. Okay, I promise you that if you really take this in and implement it and listen and understand the meaning behind this path. Okay. Okay. Take a sip of this. It's my morning hydration drink with all kinds of stuff to really help me just get me in a nice balanced state in my body. Okay, so the first thing, not every job is a rat race 9 to 5 grind. Okay, I know what you're thinking at this point. You're probably rolling your eyes at me saying, Chad, the point is I want to escape having to work a job at all for anyone else, okay? I want my own business. I'm all in on it, and I don't want to just get another job, okay? I hear you on this. But the thing is, this isn't just another job, okay? In fact, this won't feel like a job at all if you do things how I mentioned here. You aren't just becoming another 9 to 5 employee. You're becoming an aligned apprentice, which basically, to put this in perspective, I like this analogy. Let's think to the medieval days, okay? Just because I love those times. To become a wizard, you need to train, okay? And most people who wanted to become a wizard back in those days, they became an apprentice first before being able to actually master the craft, okay? Another analogy just on this point, if you want to learn how to box, if you want to be a professional boxer or even just be successful at boxing, are you just going to go in there and just start punching and just doing your own things? Or would it be helpful to have a coach who can actually tailor you and tweak you exactly as you need, tell you, hey, your form's wrong there. This is how to do it. This is how to do it right. Who's going to get there faster? Okay? It's the person who became an apprentice to learn under someone. Okay? Now, this doesn't always mean pay for coaching or mentorship. Okay? You can actually, there's millions of jobs out there that will pay you to train you to do the thing that they want you to do, that if you pick it right is aligned to the area that you actually want to focus on. Or maybe you work for a type of business, maybe it's an online business that is in the arena that you actually that are passionate about and are trying to build in, okay? And this does so many things for you. This helps you learn. This helps you be in the environment, learn the culture, learn the ins and outs, see it from the inside, do an actual skill that is in line with that will support you in that thing. And if you do it right, you can get a remote role where you have more freedom, which are like countless out there. And then you have actual more flexibility. You're not commuting to an office. You can literally build your thing alongside working that job. Okay, this is honestly the best route. And then you have capital. You know, there's so many people out there, Alex Hormozy, Sam Ovens, that talk about this path, but people don't click. It doesn't click for people. People just want the thing right away. But if doing this actually gives you capital to honestly invest in that, in accelerating your path, pay bills, invest in having your own place so that you can focus and dial in, right? Buy the high quality groceries that help you have energy. Focus on your health in the meantime as well. Like, give you the actual capacity and freedom to travel too. You know, we all have this itch to travel young. You need to get that out of your system, and you don't need to wait. You don't need to rush things, okay? So back to the wizard analogy. So becoming an apprentice was the best way for that wannabe wizard to become a real wizard successfully, okay? And in some cases, the apprentice was employed to do various preparations, cleanings, work around the place that helped him monetarily too. Okay, now what would happen if someone tried to become a wizard all on their own? They may eventually get there through enough reading or tries at it, and they may be able to make do, but they're either getting paid nothing to practice and learn it, or have to do some type of 9 to 5 job or some type of external job that isn't in line at all with the arena that they actually want to get into, that takes their energy away and makes them tired after doing it and have less energy to put into that thing, right? Just so that he just has to work that job to get by and get through, so that what he really wants to do is just do that, the wizardry, okay? But this is what problem people are in. They have one thing they want to do. They know they want to do it, but they're stuck somewhere else where their energy is being drained, and they don't have enough energy to do that thing, right? Or it just takes them a lot longer to do it. This is the problem, okay? So here's the interesting part. Who's actually getting there faster with less mistakes and honestly with less wasted effort? Okay, if you answered The Apprentice, you're right. All right, it's The Apprentice, and why? Because he's in the environment. He sees how spells are casted. He's getting paid to be there and learn as his job. He's spending most of his time in the wizardry arena, space, domain, whatever you call it, and he's also building credibility to learn under a respected figure or wizard that has already became successful. What's credibility? It's the reason why people listen to you, okay? If you can say that you've been in the space for X amount of time, if you could say that you've worked with X team members who have credibility in that space because you became an apprentice under them, it helps with other people listening to you and gives all your credibility for whatever you're trying to do more oomph. It gives people more reasons to trust and listen to you, okay? It's literally a cheat code. And this is important if you want to operate your own business, okay? Credibility is important. It's what you've done, how much time you've spent there, what kind of people you've worked with or have gotten help and mentorship from, okay? All these things will help you in getting clients for yourself and operating your business for yourself in whatever shape or form that is, okay? Okay. And so, yeah, the wizard is even learning when he's cleaning and doing things that maybe aren't exactly what he wants to do because he's in the environment. He's seeing them doing stuff over there. He's seeing the business operating over here. He's seeing spells casted, right? And he's getting paid to be there and soak that in, which allows him to buy food, live well, and spend most of his potent energy on what he cares about, wizardry, okay? So why do I tell this hypothetical story? I want to highlight the importance of wizardry. No, I'm just kidding. That was a check that you're still paying attention. We're having fun here. I'm highlighting the importance of apprenticeship, okay? You can do this in modern day, all right? Wizardry represents your dream craft, your dream calling, your dream mission, all right? Your passion. Whatever that thing is that you wish you were working on, that you're so desperately trying to make work so that you can quit your painful job or unfulfilling work or whatever you want to call it, okay? But here's the thing. You're now operating like the wizard who's getting there slower. The wizard who wants to do wizardry but is spending the majority of his week doing something that isn't aligned at all just to get a paycheck, okay? This might be you, okay? This is who this video is mainly for, all right? And so you're the wizard who doesn't realize that you can become a successful wizard faster if you become an apprentice first, and this won't cause you to rush into quicker models that you don't actually care about just to make that money to get out and have that freedom that you think that you're going to get from just chasing those short-term models. The truth is you get stuck there. If you make something work that isn't you're passionate about, you're stuck there. You got to keep continuing to keep that rolling. And then if you do want to switch, you got to start all the way back from here and start doing what you actually care about. So you may as well get to that point quicker now, right? So let's get into the practical steps now. This is kind of where we transition into the second half of this video. Practical steps for you to take action on this yourself, okay? This is like the intermission piece. If you want to pause this video and go pee, go take a drink, whatever you want to do, this is the time. If you want to pull out a notepad, if you want to scroll down to the comments and start writing notes in the comments, maybe in another tab, feel free to do that too, but stay focused on this, okay, and get oriented in terms of like practical steps. And hey, I did the note taking for you. You actually don't need to take notes. I should have said that. There's a Substack. If you want to read my Substack, this is in a newsletter blueprint form, okay? I actually made a similar kind of guide for specifically in remote sales as one of the apprenticeship routes, but honestly, there's so many out there that this is going to be a high-level route for you. But I would recommend checking out my Substack. It's actually the second link in the description. If you want to find this newsletter, it's going to be the same title as this video, and it's just blueprint written form that maybe simplifies this for you and helps you just follow along the steps as you want to do it, okay? All right. Step 1, expanding your awareness. This is a critical step. Okay, the problem with society is that it makes us think that there's only a small pool of jobs that we can get, right? The education system doesn't prepare us to be independent-minded people. Okay, so we don't realize the vast scope of opportunities that are available to us. And because of this, the first step here is to expand our awareness. All right, I grew up with limiting beliefs around the safest route is being a lawyer, doctor, dentist, or some old-fashioned high-status role. Okay, nothing wrong with those things. But these days, especially if you're an entrepreneur-minded person, we can't think that this is the only route. And we're led to believe that. We're just led to believe that. Any other route is looked at by society as unrealistic, or if you're someone who looks to the business route, 99% of businesses fail. So many limiting beliefs that are just bullshit, honestly, that are causing people not to believe in themselves or have any sort of belief that they can do anything against the grain, because it's so drilled in education system and passed down from just advice from our parents and everything, okay? So we can't think it's the only route. And honestly, you're probably already developing a sense of this if you're watching this video too, because there's millions of people out there doing passionate things online. Usually, most likely you're already seeing people doing what you want, and you want that, right? So you see and have this in your awareness that people are doing what you want to do, right? The thing is, there are millions of people that are doing this that aren't just solopreneurs either. They have teams. They are hiring all the time in every area, every niche, every domain of interest. So any interest that you have, you can literally, I'm confident, find, and I've literally done this and seen this for myself, find an area and domain that your interest is in, okay? And I'm going to talk through some examples that you can find a team that will hire you. Yes, you, okay? Even if you don't think you have skills, you do, okay? You have life experience, you have a brain, Wi-Fi, they'll train you to do what they need you to do for them, okay? Maybe it's not the ultimate thing that you want to do and pour all your energy into, but hey, you're in that arena now, and you're working a much more free, flexible role, okay, in that space than your typical like office job or other career route that's the traditional type of thing, okay? So you have more time and flexibility to work on your business. Like, I literally I do this, right? I'm in this why I'm teaching it, okay? I work in an aligned team in my area of interest. And I made a mistake before by going an unaligned way. And so that's why I know to talk about this, all right? And I'm doing this by experience, and it's given me freedom to literally get my own place, have more flexibility to honestly set my custom hours, and make sure I carve out my routine exactly to how I want it, to work on my business and doing what I authentically want, okay? And not rushing the business, okay? And it's still developing what I actually want, and that's going to happen over time and experimentation. So you need experimentation, and this is the best way to do it too. Like, get a taste for what that area is for you, okay? Okay, so here's the thing. You may not know exactly what you want to do yet. You may only have a sense, and that's why this is especially for you, all right? If you don't know yet, you need to experiment. You need to test ideas. I already said this. And I'm referencing like my newsletter too, but I'm getting into more depth on these videos. That's what these videos are for, all right? So you need time to build something you care about, but you also need finances, okay? You need groceries. You need to pay bills. Not everybody has the luxury to sit at home at their parents' house. And so this is especially for you if you don't fully know what you want to do yet, because this path gives you freedom now. It gives you space and time to develop, experiment, and get clear on what that thing is for you. I think it's dangerous, these people who just think, oh, I'm just going to lock myself in a room until I make something work. Okay, that's going to cause you to operate in desperation. It's going to cause you to be drawn to quicker, short-term money grab type business models, which isn't going to be aligned to what you're going to do in the long term. Okay, and you may make some money. It's exactly what I did. Okay, I locked myself in my basement, woke up at 5 a.m. every day, just grinded something out, jumped from thing to thing. Okay, I made some money, but nothing stuck. Nothing stuck, and that's when I learned it hard way. You don't want to rush the business. You don't want to rush. Think of the business like your actual mission here on this planet. Okay, and that takes time to develop. And that takes time to get clarity on, okay? But it's possible to have a hunch now and start moving in the general direction you want and start having more energy by leaving your unfulfilling job to do it, okay? And a lot of people have a limiting belief that's stopping them from this path. And that limiting belief is, I have no skills, Chad. Like, what? I don't know. I can't do this. It's not for me. I'm not qualified to do this. I have no skills, all right? Part of expanding your awareness is confronting these limiting beliefs, all right? The most common one is what if I have no skills? How can I be an apprentice, Chad? It's a plain limiting belief, okay? If you have ever had a job at any point in your life, you already understand this thing, okay? People need help People need to help work happen. Okay, the entire economy runs on this. People need people to help their business operate. Okay, you're a person, all right, and if you approach them in the right way with the right intentions and just showcase a little professionality, which is easy, you will literally be able to have an opportunity in this role. Okay, you have to have this belief. If there's another human being that's doing something that you want to do, or supporting a business in an area that you care about, you can do it too. Okay, you're human, they're human, but we're not talking about climbing a corporate ladder here, right? Your goal is business, your goal is freedom, right? You want to help a company in a way so that you can escape your painful situation. This is where entry-level roles come in, all right? This is where we expand our awareness again. People are hiring others to do work that you can literally learn in a weekend, all right? This is called entry-level work, okay? It's not entry level means it doesn't require years of experience, okay? So there's things you can learn in just a day or two that will make you qualified enough to work for someone and do it, all right? Many teams will hire and pay you to learn as long as you just show hunger, motivation, and a genuine interest in the mission, all right? This is how you overcome the belief that you have no skills. So if you can learn anything, you can learn what you need to work for a team in a space you care about, okay? So I just want to lay that foundation before we get into these practical steps to tell you, hey, trust and believe in yourself, all right? You can learn exactly what you need to know and present yourself in the right way to appeal to these companies and roles and these aligned apprenticeship opportunities, all right? So that's step one, is to erase that limiting belief, okay? Step two is to pick an arena, okay? This is where we start expanding our lens, all right? We get to know ourselves and our current interests. Start getting to understand you may have some interests that are there, like what you really feel called to do. Maybe it's writing, entrepreneurship. And so once you have this belief that like you can literally do anything, start to get to know yourself, know your beliefs. And I like this exercise to help you get clarity here. It's called starting from zero. Okay? It helps bring the answers to the surface. And there's so many limiting beliefs in the way when people start to think of what they care about. It's like, oh, but that's unrealistic. Oh, but I can't do that. Oh, but I should do this. Okay, but I'm going to do this first and then do that, right? So you need to do this exercise to really get clear on that nugget inside of you, that golden shining thing that is what you care about. So starting from zero, and the exercise looks like this. It looks like closing your eyes and imagining yourself as you are now, your current body, your current age, but just with no responsibilities whatsoever. Get everything out of your mind. Any family obligations, responsibilities, work obligations, any beliefs at all. You have unlimited money. You have $1 billion and more. You never have to worry about money ever again. Okay, you're completely free. Okay, you're starting from zero. This puts you in a position where you're starting with everything. You start with everything and you there's nothing you need to do. What do you do in this scenario? This is where the gem arises. This allows you to tap into a state where you don't have any kind of limiting beliefs or narratives or paradigms that are clouding your decision making. Okay, so what arises in that state for you is the key to what is going to unlock the right path for you to go down, okay? A lot of people will say, for me, it was like, okay, I'll literally just make music, write online, make YouTube videos. I just love creating things, okay? I want to just creative expression, like to the max, without any caps, without any limitations. I just want to do creative expression and help people in a genuine way that leaves an impact on this world, right? And what is that genuine way? Well, that's where I get into like the interests on what I actually talk about, deep spiritual stuff, practical stuff, all kinds of stuff, whatever I want, right? So this is what I would do for free, for no money, okay? And so this is the key, and that's the key, okay? So once you have your arena, this puts you in an arena, okay? So let's say for you it's music. Let's take music, okay? Maybe you want to be a rock star. Right? That's your thing you would just do for free. You would just make music, okay? Maybe it's a couple other things too, and that's fine, okay? But this gives you a hunch, all right? So I'm going to take that as the example for this, all right? So now we have our arena. It's music, All right. This is where we focus. We narrow the magnifying glass. We've narrowed it from all the possibilities in the world to a specific arena, a domain. And so every arena and domain has a specific ecosystem of businesses operating here, services operating here, content online, an audience, people who care about it, a market, which is just people who are operating in this space. There's people in this arena, any arena, who are making money. All right, they're living in abundance. They're doing what they care about. Okay, so why can't you as well? All right. Okay, so you pick your arena. In this case, we're doing music. The next thing is pick a skill. All right. Now we narrow down further and we pick a tangible skill you know that you need to learn to live your dreams or run your business. Okay, we have our arena, it's music. Now what skill do we actually want to learn that will help accelerate that? Okay, maybe it's making music itself. Okay, maybe that's the skill that we're going to choose to become an apprentice in, to learn, okay, and get paid to do it. All right, what that would look like maybe is like an audio assistant, or maybe you become a producer at a record label, or maybe you, maybe the skill is marketing, social media marketing, like helping music artists get seen online. Okay, that skill could be copywriting, it could be marketing, it could be sales, right? And I like sales and marketing, honestly, as the best apprenticeship things because they're so universal. Like almost every business that you could possibly operate, anything you do in life, marketing and sales is going to help you understand human psychology, understand how to provide value to people, how to sell your ideas to people, how to sell your music, how to sell whatever it is, how to market yourself. Okay, so I like those two, but it can really be anything, okay? There's people out there that if you just, we'll get into the positioning side. You position yourself as that thing and you just learn the basics like on your own, like literally go on YouTube, learn a little bit, and then present yourself and tailor yourself toward that. That's positioning. But so we have an arena, we have a skill. Let's do music and let's do music marketing, helping artists get found online, okay? There's millions of companies doing this online. Marketing agencies, social media marketing agencies for music artists. I'll bet you I could find like 5 right now, all right, online. Chances are they're scaling. They want to scale. They need help. They want to grow a team so that they can operate, generate more revenue, make more impact, okay, help more artists. All right, so we have a skill, we have that arena, all right? And honestly, a key here is use AI. Use AI to help ideate the arena. Say, this is what I really care about. I did a starting from zero exercise. I just would do this for free. What arena should I really build? Like, should I really get into, or can I really get into that has good opportunities to become an apprentice and get paid to learn a skill that would accelerate my goal, which is to become a music artist, okay? Because I need money now and I don't want to rush music art. It's going to take time for me to learn to make my songs right and do all this. I need to pay the bills somehow, but I want to accelerate my journey and get into this space so I can learn music on a day-to-day basis as my job and have more freedom to actually do music too. And it'll accelerate it. You see how that being in that space, especially marketing, you'll literally get paid to figure out how to market other artists. And on the side, you just start doing the same principles you're learning from the team on your own, or that you're able to have time to learn for your own, to do it for the company, but also do it for you, right? That's the key, all right? So use AI to expand this. Say, give me 10 skills, give me 20 skills that I should learn, and what's the number one that would accelerate my goal of being a music artist that I would get paid to do? Or give me 10 arenas that are like operating out there that are in somewhere in any of these interests that I really care about, right? Expand your awareness, all right? So then we get into positioning yourself, okay? This is kind of like the final step, positioning, all right? In a high level, all you need to do for this part is optimize your branding, okay? Your branding is your online profile, okay? Everything's operating in the digital space these days. You want to make sure that you're on LinkedIn. Create a LinkedIn profile. Just make sure you have a clean picture, clean header. Start putting your experience in there or what you're learning, Okay, this is a profile. Okay, whatever it is, Twitter or X. Yeah, the main ones are probably LinkedIn and X. Okay, you just want to have some kind of social page, or Instagram too. Some kind of social page. You don't need to have all of them. Just one that you put the most effort into, like positioning yourself, okay? That showcases you, that you can link to when you go and apply for these jobs. Some kind of social reference that these people will click on you and see you, okay? And that you're branding yourself and orienting yourself to that arena and that skill specifically. You can pull like your passions there. Just write a nice about bio snippet, like passionate about music, on a mission to help music artists grow, and in marketing enthusiast or something like that, to just show that you're branding yourself to like what you're going to be doing in that role that you pick. Okay. And the other thing is, have a resume. You want to have a resume. It's just a Google Doc. You can look up resume templates online, use AI to craft the best resume for you. You can literally spill out everything about you and ask AI, how can you tailor my life experience to add on my resume to make me look the most qualified I can for a marketing role in the music artist industry, okay? And literally just go through that, wrestle with AI, ChatGPT, it's free. Wrestle with it, go back and forth. Okay, oh, I forgot about this. I've actually done this music project in the past, or I've actually sold some beats, or I've actually been making music for X years. Can we kind of like, how can we add more credibility to this so that I increase my chances of getting an apprenticeship? All right, that's how you do it. All right, you reframe your experience. You're not set with just the solid stuff that you've ever done. You can retailor even past jobs that you've had to what skills you learned that are relevant to the role you want, okay? Like, for example, work at a grocery store, okay? Communicated with people on a daily basis and understood their needs and everything, and that's marketing, that's sales. Like, you can use AI to tailor that. And so when you present that in your resume, you don't just highlight, oh, was a cashier. It's like, no, I communicated with clients on a daily basis, deepened understanding of psychology and human behavior. Like, these are all stuff that marketing is looking for. Like, whatever skill you pick, okay, you orient it to that skill. This is the trick, all right? And so you want to do that on your resume and on a social profile. Pick one, okay? The more you have, the better your online presence is. It doesn't hurt, but you don't need one to make a transition fast, okay? Step two, I don't know what step this is, but the next step is identify some roles. Okay, find the companies out there. You can use AI for this as well. And I would recommend creating a spreadsheet and just going searching in that arena, asking ChatGPT, hey, what keywords can I search for to find specific companies that would be the best fits for me to be an apprentice at? And then start finding them, make a Google Doc. It doesn't matter if they're hiring or not. Just start filling out a Google Doc, getting used to finding these companies out there, and then use AI to say, hey, okay, so now I have my resume, here's my social profile, help me create emails for email outreach to send to these companies, okay? And you can find people's emails, you can find the company email on the website, you can find people's emails on LinkedIn, or just every website of a company has an about page or a team page. You could find those people. You can use a tool called hunter.io to find emails for people, just plugging in their website domain, okay? So that's the key. This is what 99% of people don't do to stand out. There may be other people wanting this role too, but you're going to get it if you stand out and go above and beyond, and you send them an email. Hey, name, reaching out as I see that you're the marketing manager at X music marketing agency. I've been a long time music creator and am super passionate about helping plug in whatever their mission is, helping music artists grow their social media online. I've been doing music for X years, and I've been learning and building my expertise in marketing, and my previous experience highlights highlights understanding human behavior, and even I've done these projects or courses that help me have learned this. Wondering if your team is looking to hire on any additional people. I'd love to have a chance to have a chat and see if I could be a good fit for this role. If not now, would love to stay on your tabs for the future for when this arises. Hoping to get in touch either way, right? And the email. If you send that out to 10 companies, you're going to get some traction, okay? And then you're going to get on a call, and you're going to be able to practice just literally having a conversation and selling yourself. The skill is selling yourself. So everything is sales. This is sales. You sell yourself. You just convince them naturally. You don't have to learn sales. Just convince them. Show them why you're hungry, passionate about this, and why you'll work for them and do your best to literally support their mission, and why you're a long-term asset because you're in this. This is your arena. You're passionate about it. Convince them, okay? And interviewing is a skill in itself, but in a high level, just literally show that you're hungry to learn, you're willing to learn, and you have a passion, and you've already invested into this path, okay? That's going to help you stand out, and that's going to help them give you a shot at say, hey, we'll take you in, we'll train you on how to do this. We're looking for someone to help out here, okay? That's an apprenticeship, and all of a sudden now you've literally have a path to escaping the unfulfilling job that you're in and transitioning into the arena that you're in. This is like the most fulfilling thing you can do, okay? You know that it's going to take time to build your goal or business, whatever this is, and this works for any arena, okay? And all of a sudden now that's your full-time job. You're in that space. You're remote. You have freedom, all right? Maybe it's real estate you want to get into. Maybe you want to be a real estate agent. I don't know. Maybe it's not remote lifestyle you want, right? This works for honestly anything. Okay, and this is why if you're someone who feels like they need help getting clarity on this, like this is something that I help people with, and I'm happy to help one-on-one if that's something you feel called to do. Again, there's a link in the description because I know this is a lot, and honestly, I'm trying to break it down in the simplest way. And obviously, I'm going to make more videos about it, and maybe some more education on it. But this is the seed. This video is the seed to help expand your awareness and give you some practical steps on literally how people are able to do this, how I've done this, how I've helped people do this. That's it in a nutshell. Okay? Okay. So honestly, we covered a lot. It's good. It's good, honestly. That's basically it. Like there's a few little things in between the lines like, oh, well, how do I find the right companies, or how do I find people on LinkedIn, or how do I find the team to know how to reach out? How do I know who to reach out to, right? There's a lot of other stuff. Use your intuition and common sense. If you see that there's not a job open, reach out and ask if there is. Reach out over email and ask who the right person to speak to is, right? You need to have this skill of being resourceful and selling yourself and being able to put your detective hat on and do research out there online. There's an unlimited, there's everything is operating online. If you're not able to tap into the online world in some capacity and learn how to communicate to people and outreach people and network and use AI, then honestly, how are you gonna be able to operate a business in the first place? This is what you should be learning. This is gonna help you in so many areas, give you the skills, and prime yourself to be successful in whatever that venture is. Okay, and understand the arena and ecosystem. All right, I feel called to end it here. If you do want to check out my Substack version of this, where it goes into the steps in maybe a little more detail or written form, check out my Substack. It's the second link in the description. If you do feel called to book a one-on-one, it's something I'm currently offering, where you get direct conversation with me, where I can give you some practical guidance, steps after understanding your situation, where you're looking to go, what challenges you're facing right now. You can book a call in the first link in the description. Otherwise, I hope to see you in another video. I enjoyed kicking it with you here, and I feel good about sharing this. This was on my heart to share because so many people are going through this where they're stuck, their energy's being taken away from them by something that they don't want to do, and they don't have the right foundation to know how to get into the right place for them. Okay? So I'll see you next time. I'm out for now. Bye.